A very good day to Dr. Day. My name is Konzili. I come from group Swipe Up. My group members are SITI ZULAIKHA binti ASHAARI, SITI MAWARDAH binti IBRAHIM, SHAFI IZATY binti FAZAIN, Wan Pui, and me, Konzili. This is our content information. First, ZULAIKHA will introduce the company information. Next, MAWARDAH will continue with the value chain model and the role of procurement for the company. After that, SHAFI will explain the procurement process and the adoption of the 5Rs model of the company. Then ZULAIKHA will continue to explain the outsourcing strategy in which the company is involved. Moreover, Pui will continue with the implementation of the e-procurement of the company. Lastly, I will explain the cost and effect associated with the e-procurement implementation to the company with the support of the Ishikawa fishbone diagram. Pui will make a simple conclusion after it. Now I will pass to ZULAIKHA for the introduction.
Let me start with history of Levi's & Co. The founder of this company is Levi-Strauss. He started invented the jeans after noticing the miner wear rug pants during their work. He started by combining some studies brown canvas he bought during the journey with the pen. After the canvas was out of stock, he started using denim and dye it blue and make it a blue jeans. In 1872, Levi paid Levi's one of his customers to obtaining the pattern of strengthening the seam by fastening them using the rivets. In 1902, Levi died and his company was handed down to his four nephews. In 1912, their company entered nationwide market after introducing the new product, which is play suit for children. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello and hi, my name is MAWARDAH, so I will continue about the explanation of the value chains model for the Levi's company. Value chains model is really important for every business because it will help the business to improve their business performance. In this value chains model, activities will be divided into two categories, which is the first one is the primary activity and the second one is the support activities. In the primary activities, there are 5 components, which is inbound logistic, operation, outbound logistic, marketing and sales, and the last one is service. While for the support activities, we have 4 components, which is the first one is firm infrastructure, human resource management, technology development, and last one is the procurement. So let's take a look for the primary activity. The first one is inbound logistic. Inbound logistic is referred to the receiving, organizing, and transportation that will be used to the raw material. In this stage, Levi's company need to have a good relationship with his supplier. The reason is to make sure Levi's company will receive the raw material that they really want in the good condition. Levi's company need to prepare the analysis for this inbound logistic to make sure the raw material received according to the 5R strategy. The second primary activities is operation. Operation is the process of converting the raw material into the finished good. For example, from the raw material like cotton, fabric into the clothes like t-shirts, jeans, and so on. In this step, Levi's company need to make sure all of the process in the operation going smoothly according to the flow and avoid the bottleneck. The third primary activity is the outbound logistic. In this stage, Levi's need to try hard to fulfill their customer requirement, and they need to have a good relationship with the customer. In order to ensure the customer satisfaction, Levi's need to concern about the lead time for delivery of the goods. Besides, marketing and sales also important activities to the Levi's companies. These activities will help the customer of the Levi's to make a differences between Levi's and another brands. The activities that can be included in the marketing and sales are sales segment, promotional tool, channel selection, and many more. In order to make Levi's company good in marketing, they had maintained their good relationship with the advertising firm. And this advertising firm helped the Levi's to have a high quality of advertising. The last activities is service. Service is really important to gain the loyalty of the customer. Levi'S had used pre-sale and also post-sale to his business. Pre-sale is the activities that happen before close sale, while post-sale is the support that will be provided by the company for the customer after they purchasing the product. The example of the pre-sale is the checks box, and the example of the post-sale is the recycle program. Other than primary activities, support activities are also important to all of the business, including Levi'S company. The first support activity is firm infrastructure. The concept of the firm infrastructure is referred to the broad range of operation, including quality control, administration, accounting, financing, and also business strategy. The good infrastructure of the Levi'S will help them to minimize the cost for production and also to boost their company performance. The second support activity is human resources management. Human resource is very important to determine the quality of the employee. Human resource is in the Levi'S company need to have initiative to achieve a high reputation for overall of the firm. The example initiative that can be done by Levi'S human resources is provide the training through company sponsor development. The third is technology development. Levi'S need to do the technology integration for every part of his business. Levi'S can use the high technology swing system to help them to save the time for production. Other than that, Levi'S also can use point of sale system to help the company to track the order. The last support activity is procurement. Procurement is every single activities that involve to obtain the good and service from external sources, which is to ensure the buyer receive the goods at the best possible price. Levi'S company must to make sure the procurement worker to do the detailed analysis about the supplier to avoid the procurement risk. Levi'S company had successfully do the negotiation with the country that have a low wages. This will help Levi'S to get the product in the reasonable price. The example country are Latin America and South Asia. Levi'S also need to consider about the SDG before they do the purchasing for the raw material. They don't take the country which is not applied to the SDGs through. So that's all from me. So I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is SHAFI bin FAZAIN, and I'm going to talk about procurement process and also application of 5R in Levi'S, Strauss & Co. There are 5 procurement process applied in Levi'S, Strauss & Co. where is identification of item or services required, identification of fair supplier, establishment of a fair and reasonable quotation, creation of an enforceable agreement, and management of relationship. The first one is identification of item or services required. It is important to know what customer required for the products to perform. Levi'S, Strauss & Co. is produced denim jeans for pants, skirt, hats, belts, and so on. Levi'S, Strauss & Co. should know who the supplier who can provide them the good raw materials of denim. The second one is identification of the best suppliers. The best suppliers is who complies with industry standard. Find supplier who can provide the best raw materials to the company. For example, Levi'S, Strauss & Co. supplies organic cotton because it was the important ingredients or materials to make a cloth. As we know, Levi'S was using 60% organic cotton, 20% recycled denim, and another 20% of viscose. Levi'S Strauss will inform about their term and agreement to their suppliers. The third process in procurement process is establish of fair and reasonable quotation. Since pandemic, Levi'S, Strauss & Co. committed to pay full or in progress order from its supplier. Levi'S, Strauss & Co. work with the International Finance Corporation, where the suppliers will get the suitable price. Furthermore, to maintain the quality, Levi'S, Strauss & Co. They are also looking for innovation for more sustainable fabric and also fiber. The next process is creation of an enforceable agreement. It is between two parties, which is buyers and the suppliers, to get the goods. Levi's Strauss & Co. have a lot of suppliers, whether cotton suppliers, synthetic suppliers, and so on. Both parties must sign an agreement that shows they agree with the price, time of delivery, and so on. Last but not least, management of relationship. To maintain the relationship, Levi's Strauss & Co. ensure all the suppliers follow their requirement. One of their requirement is sustainable raw material. All the suppliers must follow to ensure the long-term agreement between Levi's Strauss & Co. and the suppliers. The next one is adoption of 5 R's model in Levi's Strauss & Co. The first one is right quality. It is about the satisfaction in quality, whether it meets the standard, features, or performance. For Levi's Strauss & Co., they must take their raw materials because customers know their range was from the material selection. The material selections allows them to expand their quality and also durability of the products they produce. Cotton, synthetic, and also man-made cellulosic, which can produce fabric of 100% composition or blends. Besides, Levi and Strauss want to maintain their product quality, local services, and also workingman engagement by using global scale. The second R is right quantity. Right quantity can be defined as the achievement to get the accurate demand forecast for the product and also their services. Besides, lack of stock can make the production stop and it can affect the lead time overall. Levi's must ensure all the suppliers enough and in a good condition. The third one is right price. Levi's Strauss & Company will put the quotation and price depends on the market price of the raw materials, especially for the organic cotton. It is because organic cotton has the limited time to produce and the companies should find more than one suppliers for the organic cotton to maintain the quality. Sometimes, the price fluctuations give an impact to the Levi's product because it can reduce profitability for Levi's. There are two effects will be happen if the company cannot deal with the right price. The first one is either the product pricing action taken in the response are inefficient, or it can cause the pattern of their cost change from time to time. The fourth one is right place. Levi's Strauss & Company have a lot of suppliers around the world, whether for cotton, synthetic, or others. For example, Levi's Strauss & Co. have a high cotton organic supplies from Pakistan and also India. Since the manufacturing factories are too far from these countries, Levi's Strauss & Co. should plan the good lead time for their transportation delivery. Not only that, this company also have to monitor all the issues such as political issue, social issue, environmental, labor, intellectual property protection for the countries where they are sourced the raw material. The last R model applied in Levi's Strauss & Company is right time. All the companies in the world were affected by the COVID-19, including Levi's Strauss & Co. Regarding some resource, they managed to have a good relationship with their suppliers and there is no issue for their suppliers to send the raw materials. The suppliers managed to send the raw materials on the time because Levi's Strauss & Company take a full responsibility and they are paying full of the raw material, which is all the material finished, ready to ship, or in progress to order.
Let me continue with sourcing strategy. Levi's company closed about 60 manufacturing factories in US to start outsource their product in other countries. Levi outsourced many suppliers, but if they did not meet the standards, they will replace them with other suppliers. They outsource in other countries in order to obtain lower cost of production and low labor. They managed to obtain supply chain optimization. They also start to focusing on inventing new design and market strategy. Outsource in different countries help them to customize the product to meet local standards such as size for Asian people. Levi using diverse sourcing strategy for their outsource strategy. They did not sourcing in one country more than 20% of their product. So later, if anything happen in the country, such as politics or pandemic, they will not affected as they can shift their production to other country. They manage inflation through pricing, but did not change the supplier after the price increase because they think of future earning of the company, such as they get the good supplier for their product. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I'll continue with implementation of e-procurement by Levi. First e-procurement that implemented by Levi is TradeCard. Levi collaborated with TradeCard platform to automate procurement process for the purpose of optimizing the company's global sourcing operation. Through the TradeCard platform, the company can reduce manpower and handling costs. In addition, TradeCard is able to connect Levi Assistant ERP system to strengthen payment and streamline custom compliance through data transmission from Levi to custom brokers. Not only that, TradeCard platform also link Levi and its key partners in the supply chain. Next is a better optimizing of shipping and transport routes. Levi is invested into a machine learning technology to develop boost engine to fill e-commerce fulfillment orders through machine learning and AI. Boost able to help Levi to enhance customers' purchase experience by determining availability of product and also improve the company's operational efficiency. Furthermore, Levi also involved in EDI, in which EDI is a technology system that automates business routine between business to business B2B and business to consumer B2C. Through EDI process, Levi enable procurement system generates a purchase order in EDI form to its supplier. By then, he able to reduce time taken for the purchasing process between Levi and its buyer. Next, I would like to introduce User Acceptance Test (UAT). UAT is a test that is carried out before product is released to the end user for the purpose of evaluating the acceptance level of customer towards a product or service. Despite that UAT has not been discussed in Levi company's report, however, it is suggested that Levi should implement a UAT test to ensure that their new products are accepted by its customer.
Now I will present the cause and effect associated with the e-procurement implementation to Levi's with the support of the Ishikawa fishbone diagram. Ishikawa fishbone diagram is a visual aid for classifying a problem's possible causes. This technique is used to determine the underlying causes of issues. The effect can be seen in the fish mouth or head. For the smaller ones, numerous cause categories are indicated along with the potential contributory causes. There are 4 root causes of e-procurement implementation in the apparel industry that will be the potential causes of e-procurement implementation in Levi's. The 4 potential causes of e-procurement implementation are materials, methods, machine, and manpower. One of the major potential root causes of e-procurement implementation in Levi's is related to materials. The secondary causes of material are the late arrival of materials, inadequate information on raw materials, limited resources, and supplier support. Firstly, there might be late arrival of materials. It will delay the progress of operation in Levi's. The suggestion is to negotiate terms and regulations with the supplier to ensure all of the requirements are fulfilled. It can establish a figurative boundary that the suppliers was not able to cross or beyond which no further advance or compromise is accepted. Besides, there is also inadequate information on raw materials. Ambiguity about this kind of information will lead to a production problem. The solution for this crucial issue is to establishing a proper communication channel with the supplier. Other than that, limited resources is an issue that cannot be taken lightly. It will affect Levi's production capacity. The solution suggested is to improve the resources allocation to increase the effectiveness of the production. The last potential cause in the material is supplier support. Without the commitment of the supplier, the misunderstanding between supplier and Levi's will have a high probability to occur. The suggestion to improve is selecting a supplier that aligns with the vision and mission of Levi's to build a tighter bond with the supplier. This is because the parties that have a similar target will have an active collaboration.
Furthermore, the method also can be one of the potential root causes associated with the e-procurement implementation at Levi's. The secondary causes of the method are information related to the production process and progress not integrated, as well as budget allocation. There might occur a scenario that information related to the production process and progress is not integrated. If the process has not been standardized, it will have more ambiguity, less reliability, and less consistent quality. The solution that can be suggested is management of the business can upgrade the system and application for information integration. After that, the budget allocation may be one of the potential causes. It may lead to extra spending and debt accumulation in Levi's. To resolve it, the business can recognize the need for spending, choose the appropriate funding option, complete the budget monitoring process, and keep the budget allocation. In addition, machine lists as a potential root cause for the e-procurement implementation at Levi's. The secondary causes of the machine are machine breakdown, rapid change in technology, and IT infrastructure. Machinery breakdown refers to an unexpected breakdown of an object that is required for replay or replacement. Machine breakdown will lead to delays in the production system. The solution that can be suggested is to implement a troubleshooting process to verify that a problem exists, determine its root cause, fix the cause of the problem, and make sure the issue has been fixed. Then the rapid change of technology will impact e-procurement implementation. It will increase production costs of Levi's because there are large costs involved using the latest technology. The suggestion regarding this issue is the training of employees can be planned to keep up with current technologies. Moreover, IT infrastructure may lead to e-procurement issues. An unstable information technology infrastructure will affect the productivity of the operation. The solution that can be implemented is educating employees about the safety and security of IT infrastructure. Lastly, manpower will be one of the potential root causes of e-procurement implementation at Levi's. The secondary causes of manpower are skills and knowledge, training and education, scheduling and monitoring, as well as top management support. Skill and knowledge has been proven to be a factor in e-procurement implementation. The lack of skills and knowledge among employees will reduce the productivity of production at Levi's. The solution suggested is recruiting graduates with excellent grades and rich working experience. Next, trainings and education can be part of the manpower problems that can lead to e-procurement issues. Without consistent training and education, it will lead to a low level of productivity at Levi's. To resolve it, the company must create and incorporate an effective learning and development strategy for the employees. Besides, scheduling and monitoring also will affect manpower to implement e-procurement. Without proper scheduling and monitoring, the vision and mission of the company in e-procurement cannot achieve in the time available. To avoid this happening, the company can measure the performance and correct the issues as needed. Lastly, top management support can also affect the e-procurement implementation in the company. If a manager in a company did not support the employee, there will be low engagement among the employees. Low engagement leads to declining productivity and higher turnover. To avoid this scenario happening, top management should take action on the request, assist in conflict resolution, and provide continuous feedback. In short, Levi's should be aware of these potential issues that may occur in e-procurement implementation. The Ishikawa fishbone diagram can assist them to have a better understanding of this problem. That is all from me.
In conclusion, Levi's implemented a good procurement management that helps the company to develop its core competencies and maintain its position in the clothing industry and market. In fact, implementation of Porter's value chain model provides a clear overview of the internal organization to the company. In addition, Levi's always ensure 5 R, which are the right quality, right quantity, right place, right price, and right time are achieved throughout its overall operation, and to ensure their procurement performance is measured, as well as implementation of e-procurement. that helps shorten procurement process and save time. For instance, boost engine and EDI system. Lastly, the outsourcing strategy implemented by Levi also proved to be useful for the company to sustain in a competitive market. That's all from our group. Thank you for your listening.